So welcome everybody to your 2021 open enrollment. We have quite a few things to go over today. There are some major changes that are happening for 2021. They will be effective January 1st. At any time during the presentation, if you have questions, please feel free to stop me. I do ask that during the call you place your call on mute so we don't get any background noise. On the screen is the agenda and the items that we're going to be reviewing today. As we know, the medical is changing to Blue Cross Blue Shield. The dental stayed the same as did the vision. The voluntary benefits such as life insurance and short-term and long-term disability are moving to MetLife. All other coverages remain the same. Open enrollment for your company begins today and ends on October 7th, 2020, which means all selections must be made by October 7th and returned to our HR department. Elections made during this time will be effective January 1st, 2021 until December 31st, 2021. Aside from yourself, who is eligible for the benefits, legal spouse, domestic partner, and children up to the age of 21. As I stated earlier, once you make your selection, that will be effective January 1. You are locked in for the rest of the year unless you have a qualified event. And here on the screen are some examples of qualified event or life-changing events: marriage, divorce, loss of coverage, birth of a child, adoption. You have 31 days to notify your HR team here at CBR that you'd like to review your options. Now, should you wait and exceed the 31 days, you will have to wait until the next open enrollment to make any changes. Or in the event that you have a second qualified event, you can also contact our HR team. Okay, we're going to go over the medical options that are available. So our first plan is going to be the PPO 2500. So the PPO 2500 is an alliance plan which covers your Banner Hospitals, Scottsdale Shea, Honor Health, Cardin's Children's Hospital, University Medical Center. So it's a pretty large network here in Arizona. So going over this plan here is a $2,500 individual deductible and a $5,000 family deductible. Now, if you're a family of more than two, and as long as two people meet that deductible, the entire family would have met it. And then collectively, you have to pay your co-insurance, which you will be responsible for 30% until you reach your out-of-pocket maximum. What that means is if you reach your out-of-pocket maximum as a family, which is $12,700, then at that point you have you're covered at 100%, or as an individual, $6,350. On all of these plans, the preventative care is going to be covered at 100%. So well woman, well child, well man check, annual physicals, those are all going to be covered at 100% with no out-of-pocket expenses. On this plan, should you need to see your regular physician for a sick visit or your telemedicine, not your telemedicine, that is free. Walk-in clinics, so those are going to be a $30 copay. Specialist is a $60 copay, and you can self-refer to specialists. You do not need your provider to write you a referral. Your urgent care is a $75 copay, and your emergency room is a $250 copay. You also have prescription copays available on this plan. So your generic is going to be the lesser of $10 or less. Some of the generic medications are $3 and $4. You'll always pay the lesser. Your brand name preferred is going to be $35, and your non-preferred brand name is either going to be $60 or $120, depending on where the pharmacy prescription is in the formulary. Now, for the specialty medication, you have 4 tiers within the specialty medication. So the summary benefit of coverage that was included in the email, you will be able to reference that for your copays for specialty drugs. There are 4 tiers within that specialty drug listing. So review that if you're taking any type of RA under infusion therapy, things of that nature. You want to look at that and see where your medication falls. The next plan is the 3,500 high deductible health plan, again, the Alliance Network. So a high deductible health plan, you pay first dollar of all services, with the exception of your preventative care and your preventative medication and FDA approved contraceptives. Everything else is going to be subject to your deductible, including your telemedicine visit. Okay, in this scenario, it's a $3,500 individual deductible, $7,000 family deductible. Then once you meet that deductible, you're going to go into that cost share with Blue Cross Blue Shield. You're responsible for 10% of the cost until you reach that out-of-pocket maximum. Now, if you have a high deductible health plan, you can pair that with a health savings account or an HSA, and you can put pre-tax dollars in that account to help pay for some of the services and the coinsurance, etc. Final plan here is the PPO 6500, also Alliance. So the $6,500 is the individual deductible, 13,000 is the family, and that is going to be the same for your out-of-pocket maximum. So should you reach that deductible as an individual or a family, you're covered at 100% going forward for all services, including pharmacy. On this plan, you do have copays for your office visits at $30 for regular doctor, $65 for your specialist. Your urgent care is $75 and your emergency room is $250. Now, if you were previously on the Aetna Banner plan, this is an enhancement to that plan. On that plan, your specialist, urgent care, and emergency room was your deductible first. So this is a big enhancement to this program. So on this one, the only time you have to worry about your deductible is if you have major medical, inpatient, outpatient surgeries, MRIs, or CAT scans. The other big takeaway for the Alliance copay plans is anything done in a physician's office is going to be a physician copay, such as if they have to do lab work or x-rays in a physician's office, it is a physician copay only. So some enhancements and changes there to the program. Generic medications are the lesser of again, so you pay the $3 or $4 or $10 copay. Your brand name medication is $35, non-preferred is $60 or $120, and again, your specialty, there's 4 tiers that fall within that, so I highly recommend reviewing the summary benefit of coverage to see where it falls. Here's some information in regards to the health savings account that pairs with that high deductible health plan. So that again is the Blue Cross Blue Shield PPO 3500 in the Alliance network. So you have to enroll in that plan in order to be eligible to open an HSA or health savings account. Again, these are pre-tax dollars that you put in an account that you own. You take with you. If you leave the company, it's your money to take with you. You do not lose the money. It does roll over year over year. A couple of things to note here. To be eligible for the HSA, one, as I previously mentioned, you have to enroll in a high deductible health plan. You cannot be covered under another plan that is not a high deductible health plan. You cannot be enrolled in any part of Medicare, and you cannot be claimed as someone's dependent on their tax return. Just a few things to note there. The 2021 maximums are increasing to $3,550 for an individual and $7,100 for a family. So under IRS rules, a family is considered 1+, so it could be 1 plus a child or employee plus spouse or an entire family. And then under the HSA rules, there's also what they call the catch-up provision. So if you're 55 or more and not yet enrolled in any part of Medicare, you can add an additional $1,000 to those maximums, making it $4,550 and $8,100. And again, this is your money and it rolls over year over year. And then we partner with UMB Bank. And once you reach $1,000 threshold in that account, you can invest some of those dollars, and any interest earned is also going to be tax-free. And then we have a flexible spending account. So this is a little bit different than an HSA. The flexible spending account you can pair with option 1 and option 3 on the medical, not with the high deductible health plan. So you can have one or the other. The FSA or flexible medical spending account, you can elect up to $2,500 a year. So unlike the HSA, on the FSA, whatever amount you elect is front loaded on your Visa card, and you can start using those dollars immediately. So you can use it for medical, you can use it for dental, vision, you can use it for yourself or your dependents for copays and pharmacy. The HSA, the money goes into the account as it's deducted from your paycheck, and it's available as it's deposited into that account. You could also use your HSA account for dental, vision, copays, and you can use it for yourself or your dependents as well. One of the major differences between the HSA and the FSA, on the FSA, you have a $500 maximum rollover year over year. Anything above the $500 on December 31st, 2021 will be forfeited. So it's very important to know how much you're going to be spending during the year and just set aside those dollars. Now, since it is front loaded, whatever amount you elect, it is then taken out of your check per pay period. And then also on the FSA, if you leave the company, you do not take it with you. You lose that whatever money you have in there. And then also maximum, again, rollover is $500 year over year. You also have dependent care FSA, which is money to pay for daycare or adult care. The maximum is $5,000 or $2,500 if married and filing jointly. And this money comes out of your check, again, pre-tax, goes into an account, and you can start using it as it's loaded into the account, either to pay the provider or pay yourself back. Some information in regards to Blue Cross Blue Shield, the type of healthcare available. So this is Blue Care Anywhere is your new telemedicine provider effective 1/1/21. If you're on Plan 1 or Plan 3, there are no copays for your visits. And then also any counseling or psychiatry services, you stay with that particular counselor or psychiatrist throughout the time of the treatment or the plan. It is telephonic and video conferencing for those services. So it's really good benefit. I highly recommend once you receive your Blue Cross Blue Shield ID card that you go into the bluecaranywhereaz.com, register, download the app so you have it ready to go when you need those services. We're going to go over the dental options. So no changes to the Delta dental plans either in coverage or premiums. Those stayed exactly the same. So you have two plans to choose from. Your first one is a PPO-based plan. So this is your traditional dental plan that you have an allowance to use towards your dental services. In this case, every member enrolled has $1,500 to use toward their services, and then an additional $1,000 for child orthodontia, and that is a lifetime benefit. So once that benefit for orthodontia is used, it's gone. It doesn't renew year over year. It's a lifetime benefit. So in this plan, your preventative services, your cleanings twice a year, x-rays, those are going to be covered at 100%. Okay, now if you have some medical conditions, diabetes, heart condition, or pregnant, then you get a third cleaning, and that is on the honor system. You don't have to give the dentist any type of condition or any kind of diagnoses. It is on the honor system. And then also for your cleanings, you can space them out however you want during the year. Delta Dental does not say every 6 months, every 3 months. You can schedule them as you would like. Your basic services, such as cavity or emergency services, is covered at 80%, and you're responsible for 20%. And at that point, you are responsible for a $50 individual deductible or $150 family deductible. Now, this is one-time deductible. It's not every time you go. It's one time during the calendar year. And then major services, root canal, endodontics, periodontics, things of that nature fall under the major services, and that's a 50-50 cost share between you and Delta Dental. Keep in mind, once that $1,500 is exhausted, then it's all out-of-pocket expenses. The next plan is your Delta Dental Care USA DHMO plan. So similar to a medical HMO plan, this one you do have to select a provider. You can change it as many times that you would like during the year, and then each person enrolled in the plan may have their own provider as well. On this plan, there is no deductible, there is no annual maximum. Everything falls under a fee schedule. Your preventative services are still going to be covered under 100%, your 2 cleanings, and then if you need additional cleanings, there are $40 per cleaning. This plan does cover child orthodontia and adult orthodontia as well. So on this screen, this is the actual fee schedule for the dental DHMO plan. These are actual dental codes that the dentist that you select will use when submitting a claim to Delta Care USA. So as you can see on here, the diagnostics, there's no cost for those. Some restorative services, some of them have no cost, other ones are at a copay. And then some of the orthodontia here, as you can see, for child and adolescents. And this is your copay. This is the maximum you will pay out of pocket for those services. So that summary was also included in the email, so take a look at that if you're thinking about making a change or enrolling in this plan for the first time. Keep in mind, if you do not select a dentist before you submit your enrollment form, Delta will assign one based on your home zip code. You will get a letter stating, here's your dentist. If you want to visit them and then you don't like them, you can change again anytime during the year, either telephonically or online. Some items here available through the Delta Dental. I do also recommend that you go online and create a profile so you know exactly what services you're paying for, how much of your allowance you've used, etc. Delta also has an app for your telephone that'll have your information. It'll help you locate a dentist as well. Next, we're going to go over the vision plan. So no changes here. It is with Delta Dental using iMed, and the network is called Insight. So your exam that's available every 12 months is a $10 copay. Now keep in mind, this is our second year with this plan. So if you had your exam March 1st of 2020, you do have to wait until March 1st of 2021 to get your exam. So it is a full 12 months for the exams. Your frame allowance is $120, and then you get a discount of 20% if your frames are more than $120. And then your plastic lenses copay for single vision, bifocal, or trifocal is going to be a $10 copay. And then contact lenses, conventional or disposable, you get an $80 allowance and then 15% discount above that. Medically necessary contact lenses are going to be covered in full. And also with the iMed Vision plan, if you have any type of vision loss or retinal issues like diabetes, you are entitled to a second exam at no cost. Some changes here with the voluntary life insurance and AD&D. We are moving away from Unum and we're going to be moving with MetLife. So if you're enrolled today with Unum for any amount of life insurance, any amount of voluntary life insurance, you did receive some information in your email as well. Everyone will have to re-enroll. If you don't know how much you have, you can contact your HR representative, which in this case is Nancy Gaitan, or you can just in the enrollment form say keep the same, and she'll know once she looks you up in the system what you have, and you can just keep it the same. Just make sure you also complete your beneficiary form because we need this for the new carrier MetLife. So that's very important there. Now, if you're enrolling for the first time or you're newly eligible, keep in mind you have a guarantee issue, which means the amount you can enroll in without going through underwriting is going to be 5 times your annual earnings up to $200,000 for the employee, $25,000 for the spouse, and $10,000 for the children. And then this plan does not have a benefit reduction. So as we age, the current Unum plan reduced in face value, this one does not. So it's a really good benefit there. Short-term and long-term disability, same scenario here. It is moving to MetLife. If you have it today, you can please fill out the enrollment form and just say keep the same. We just need your information on that form and a signature, and that applies also for the LTD. So same exact plan that we have today with Unum, mirrored it to the T. So your elimination period is 14 days. Maximum benefit is $1,000 a week. And the percentage of income it replaces is 60%, and the duration time is 11 weeks. Pre-existing still falls as 312, which means if you were diagnosed, took medication, or saw a provider for a condition 3 months before the effective date, and then went out on claim sometime in 2021 for that condition, it would not be compensable, which means they would not pay for at least 12 months. The long-term disability program, this one also covers 60% of your pre-disability earnings, up to $7,500 per month. The elimination period is 90 days or when the short-term disability ends. And the normal duration on this is 65 or normal Social Security retirement age. And then again, the same pre-existing condition applies. We also have 2 EAP providers. The support link is available today to all employees. The MetLife EAP starts 1/1. So support link here is the login here at the bottom, and I think you also received some information in your email. It's a free benefit to all employees, so anybody may use it, and family members as well. So it's Skype appointments, face-to-face appointments, plus a lot of resources for the family. Anything you can think of is going to be under your support link page. Once you go in there and enroll, you can take a look in there. There's wellness information, discount information, mortgage information, student loan information. There's a lot of things that the support link can assist with. MetLife, this is a little bit different, so there's a lot of enhanced benefits with the MetLife EAP. I would recommend, you take advantage of some of the free items like will preparation, planning services, things of that nature. You also have travel assist, which means if you travel 100 miles outside of your home zip code and you lose your wallet, you need medical assistance, things of that nature, you can contact the travel assist and they will help you navigate through what you need to navigate through. Also, wanted to point out, very important, that regardless of what EAP provider you use, we will never get any identifying information. We will never get a report saying who called and why. We will get an aggregated report stating, 25 people called, but we will never get anything outlining who it was or what the reasons. So feel free to use the services as needed, especially during these difficult times in 2020. You also have availability through AFLAC. So if you're enrolled in AFLAC today, you really don't need to do anything that's going to carry forward. If you want to enroll for the first time, in your email, there is also an interest form sheet that you can complete and send back to Nancy, and she'll get it over to Jose. You can also take his email address from this presentation, email him directly, just to let him know what company you work for, and then he'll be happy to assist and guide you through these types of plans. Now, the AFLAC plans are indemnity plans, which means they pay you, the policy owner. They do not pay providers. They do not coordinate with the insurance. They send you a check once you submit a claim. So depending on what type of coverage that you have is the type of claim that you will submit. AFLAC also offers short-term disability. So if you're family planning, I invite you to take a look at both the MetLife short-term disability and the AFLAC short-term disability, because you may want a little extra coverage, a little bit more coverage, a little more money during the time that you're out on leave. So I invite you to take a look at both and compare the cost. Pet healthcare will continue to offer. There was a slight increase. There is going to be a slight increase in 2021. So please take a look at that information in your packet. You do enroll online. There's a link here, or telephonically. You can also follow what's on the flyer that was attached to the email. Legal Shield and ID Shield, again, that will continue forward. If you're enrolled today, you do not need to do anything. If you want to enroll for the first time, please take a look at the flyer that was in your email that has the prices. You can either do the ID Shield or the Legal Shield, both combined. You can do it as employee only or employee plus family. So a lot of good benefits there for you to review with the Legal Shield and ID Shield. Just some reminders here on what we're going to do next. So the open enrollment period starts today and ends on October 7th. So please do complete all of your paperwork and have it back to Nancy. Here's her information by October 7th. Also, reminder, make sure your MetLife voluntary life insurance, AD&D, STD, short-term disability, and long-term disability benefits are updated, and submit those forms. Don't forget to add your beneficiary information on there, please. And then also make sure, if you're going to be enrolling in the FSA or flexible spending account, that you do have to enroll year over year. That benefit does not automatically carry over. So it's very important on that. You will be getting an email in regards to that shortly with instructions on how to enroll in your flexible spending account. If you're going to be opening your HSA and you do not have the instructions, please let Nancy know. She'll be happy to send them to you. Does anybody have any questions on the line?
Nope, I don't have anything.
All right. Well, that concludes my presentation. If there are no questions, I will go ahead and convert to YouTube and send out the link to those attached in the invite. Thank you, everybody, for your time.